15 minutes. And then when you're done, that's what it should look like right there. Hey, that right there is gonna put the aroma in your house and have everybody running like, hey, hurry up, let me cut it. Where's my ice cream? Let's get it in. Everybody, what you think about that? Listen, I know it has an awesome, presentation. Look like something that you would buy like at a bakery, huh? Very, very easy to make, Not a whole lot of ingredients. You got cinnamon, nutmeg, I use some spray pan for my pan, my Pyrex, my glass Pyrex right here. Then we use the pie crust. Now listen, eventually I'm gonna go ahead and make this, from scratch, but I'm just showing you guys, with today's, just how busy we are today, Hey, you're looking for something great, Nobody not gonna know that you didn't buy this from the store. If you ask me, this is better than store-bought. This say homemade all on it, just super easy to make. Got a whole lot of taste, and right now my mouth is watering because the only thing I'm thinking about is, so I can jump into this French vanilla, hit it.
So today we're sharing an easy dessert that you probably have all the ingredients for. They're called mini lava. The recipe calls for dark chocolate chips. If you don't really like dark, you can use milk chocolate too, but I like the dark in this one. So just 1 cup of those. Then we're gonna add ½ cup of butter. Now notice it's softened, it's not melted yet because we're gonna melt it together with the chocolate. Okay, so you're gonna microwave this for about 30 seconds and then mix, 30 seconds and mix, and just keep on doing that until it's all the way melted. Once it's all the way mixed, we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So you're gonna add about 1/4 cup of flour, then ½ cup of sugar. Next, you're gonna add 3 eggs that we're gonna crack really quickly. All right, and then just 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just gonna mix this all together. I'm just gonna get my whisk in here so it will mix even better. All right. All right, so you're just gonna mix until there's just no more chunks left in your batter and it runs nice and smooth. Okay, there are a few different options when making the mini lava cakes. Now, if you have ramekins, those work great. So that it will take about 6 ramekins for this recipe. If you don't have these, I like to also use these Pyrex bowls. Now, it makes it for a bigger lava cake, but sometimes I just like to have a little bit more than a little ramekin. So whatever you choose, it'll both work, and you can do the same amount of time. So to cook them, you're just gonna take your lid off. I'm gonna put about, I don't know, anywhere from ½ cup to a cup of water, just so you have that liquid so it will cook. Then you're gonna put your trivet down into the bottom. And then let's fill up our bowls. First, you're gonna spray your container with some nonstick cooking spray because you don't want it to stick in there. Next, you can use a spoon or whatever you want to spoon your stuff in. I'm just using a measuring cup because it makes my life just a little bit easier. And you just want to fill it till it's about halfway full. With the ramekins, you can fill it till it's about 3/4 of the way full. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, then we're just gonna put this right into our Instant Pot. All right, and we'll just hurry and do the last one here. All right, now, because these are so big, you're gonna have to stack them on top of each other. So I have 1 trivet down and I'll put it on top. And then I'm gonna take another trivet and just put it right on top of there also. So I can put the other one on top. So with the ramekins, you can stack them on top of each other. Just make sure that they won't slip and you don't want them to fall into each other while they're cooking. So I like using the trivets to kind of separate them so they won't fall into each other. You're gonna put the lid on, and whatever knob you have, just make sure that it's turned to sealing, not venting. Move this. Next, we're gonna just go to pressure cook, and we're gonna go up to 10 minutes. That's how long we're gonna cook for. Once you set the timer, you can just walk away. Okay, we were hoping that they are cooked through at least on the outside of it because you want the middle to be ooey and gooey. So let's vent this thing. Once all the pressure's out, go ahead and lift the lid up. Oh, much better, much better. Okay, let's pull this out. Okay, now we're gonna let it just cool for just a little bit. You can see it jiggly, which is exactly how I like it. We're just gonna let it sit out here and cool. Now you can put whatever toppings you want on top. I like to do like a little bit of powdered sugar, get my thing on here, and just kind of sprinkle it on, and then add just a few raspberries on top. Or my husband loves to just eat it with ice cream. He puts ice cream on it and just goes to town. So we're gonna just cut this one open and see how it is. You can see this, super gooey in the inside, but cooked on the outside is perfect mini lava cake.
Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lisa, also known as La Dolce Lisa, and today I have a very sweet treat for you guys for Valentine's Day. I'm going to be showing you how I make my chocolate covered strawberries. Now these strawberries are always a big hit, and I feel like it is the most perfect gift for Valentine's Day. So to be honest, you actually don't even need a recipe to make these. All you need are a couple simple ingredients and you can sort of do everything by eye. I'm just going to be showing you exactly what you need. So you'll just need a couple strawberries. I already washed and dried these, so they are ready to go, and you're going to want to keep the stems on, and I'll show you why in a minute. And you'll also need some chocolate. Now the chocolate part is what I'm the most excited about because I'm going to be using milk and white chocolate. But other than that, I'm also going to be using some pink baking chocolate. These are so cute. I just picked them up at my local store. And I wanted to make them look very cute for Valentine's Day, so I thought the pink chocolate is a great addition. As well, you'll just be needing a couple mixing bowls to be putting your melted chocolate in when you're done, or to be melting them with in the microwave. I'm going to be actually showing you two methods. One is the microwave method on how you can melt your chocolate, and another one is the double broiler method. So with the double broiler method, you're just going to be needing a basic boiling pot, so you're just going to want to fill it about 1 liter of the way up with water, and you will need this metal bowl because you're going to be putting the chocolate in and stirring it until it is nice and melted and ready to go. If that method is too confusing and complicated for you guys and you just want a quick method, the microwave method is great, and they basically both work the same. As well, you're going to need a place to put these strawberries on after you dip them. So you'll just be needing a pan that can fit inside your fridge because you're going to need to refrigerate them afterwards. So you just need your basic baking pan lined with parchment paper on top so that the chocolate will not stick. You'll be needing a rubber spatula to be doing a lot of your mixing work for you. You can use some measuring cups as well if you want to know exactly how much chocolate you use. I'm going to try to measure my ingredients so I can give you guys a rough idea on how much chocolate I'm going to be using for about 20 strawberries or so. And the most important part is just Ziploc baggies. You can also use disposable piping bags if you're fancy like that, but I know that everyone has Ziploc bags in their home. So these are going to be a great addition if you want to make really pretty and cutesy designs on the chocolate covered strawberries, which are a really nice touch. And last but not least, this is optional, but baking cups, if you want to put your chocolate covered strawberries inside them after for presentation, you can lay them on a plate. If you're giving them as a gift, that would look really cute if you put them in some baking cups and handed them to someone for Valentine's Day. So let's get started. I know I'm probably talking a little too much as it is. All you basically need are chocolate and strawberries and you're good to go. So I'm going to be showing you how I melt my chocolate first using the double broiler and then using my microwave method, which is super easy. Now what you're going to do is add your chocolate to the mixing bowl and slowly heat that to a low to medium heat until the chocolate is nice and melted. Now it is okay if your chocolate is not completely melted, you can take it off the heat slightly before. You don't want any lumps in your chocolate, but it will continue to cook as you take it off the double broiler as well. You don't want this to be piping hot and bubbling over because chocolate melts very easily. So you don't need a super high heat to do that. Actually, a medium to low heat works best. And it should look a little something like this. Now I'm going to also be showing you the microwave method. The microwave method is super easy. All I do is put some chocolate, maybe like a cup or so, in a bowl that is big enough to actually fit 2 cups because you want to give it lots of space to breathe in the microwave. If you overfill your bowl while it's in the microwave, it won't cook properly. Now I might want my milk chocolate to look even lighter, so I think I'm going to be adding a little bit of white chocolate to the mix as well. Maybe I'll measure it out for you guys so I can have a better recipe here. So to about nearly a cup of milk chocolate, I'm going to be adding about 1/3 of white chocolate as well. So it's going to be a really light milky color, and that should look really pretty with the pinks and the whites when it's all finished. So then when it's in the microwave, I start off with microwaving it for about 20 to 30 seconds. I keep an eye on it, I take it out, I give it a little mix, and then I pop it back in for another 20 to 30 seconds. If it looks like it's starting to melt, but it needs a couple more seconds, maybe just pop it in for another 10 seconds or so, and you should be ready to go. If it looks like there are lumps in there, don't worry, because those will probably melt out. You don't want to overcook the chocolate in the microwave because that will completely ruin it. Now, once your chocolate is melted, you're going to begin dipping the actual strawberries inside the chocolate, and you're going to want to cover them almost completely. And this is where I said the part with your stem comes in handy, because you're going to need the stem to hold on to the strawberry while it's being dipped, and then you're going to place it down. So let's get started in dipping our pink chocolate first. Now, what you're going to want to do is just lightly take the excess off from the side of the bowl and then place it down. This is such a cute pink color. I did about a cup of white chocolate to maybe even like, I think not even a third of a cup of pink chocolate, because the pink was very vibrant and I wanted to take on a baby pink color instead of that super vibrant fuchsia pink. So I think that's a really cute color as well. If you want a more vibrant pink color, you can add more pink to white ratio. If you want it to be even paler, you can add even more white. It's just up to you, really. Now I have about 20 strawberries, so I'm going to be doing a couple in each color. I think I'm going to do a couple pink, a couple milk chocolate, and a couple white chocolate, and then we'll decorate accordingly, so it should look really cute by the end. Now that my milk chocolate has been melted with a little bit of white chocolate, I think I used about a cup of milk chocolate to 1/3 of a cup of white chocolate as well to get a very pale milky color. So let's dip these strawberries into this beautiful milk chocolate. This looks so good. Of course, you can do this with just milk chocolate, just pink chocolate, just white chocolate, dark chocolate, anything you prefer. I just wanted to give a little bit of a variety so you can see how they look. Okay, so I just microwaved the last chocolate. This was the white chocolate. Now this is very temperamental, especially when you're microwaving it. It might almost look like a couple seconds into it that it's not exactly finished, but once you stir and stir and stir and really stir that warm chocolate, it will melt very nicely. You'll notice that it might have started out with a couple lumps, but as I kept stirring it, they're all completely dissolved and it looks absolutely perfect right now. So it is great for dipping the last batch of my strawberries. So the final, I would say about 7 strawberries are ready to be dipped in white chocolate. So let's get dipping. Now, a good tip for when you're dipping the strawberries is actually to dip the big ones first. That way they can get most of the chocolate and the little ones will just scoop it up. That much simpler. So let's dip this big one while I still have some white chocolate left. I would say even 3/4 of a cup for about 7 strawberries or so is probably the most perfect amount if you don't want to have any leftover chocolate. But if you have any leftover chocolate that you're not going to be decorating with, a good tip is to just lay them over like some almonds or something like that, or dip them in other fruits. I mean, you could even dip them in cherries, or you can definitely do more than I did. I think about 20 is great. And you also want to make sure that you pick a pan that will actually fit in the refrigerator, because like I said, these are going to need to set in the refrigerator for about half an hour to an hour, just to let that chocolate set before you can actually start to plate them. Okay, so now all my chocolate covered strawberries are dipped and they're ready to be decorated. Now you can decorate them with dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leftover pink chocolate, since I have a lot of it left, and I'm going to be mixing it with white chocolate as well to create an even paler pink color, and I think I'm just going to be decorating them all with this light pink color. I think that should look super cute and very festive for Valentine's Day. So this was the original color that I dipped it in, and I added a little bit of that to some melted white chocolate, and it came out to be this really pale, beautiful pink color that I'm going to be covering my chocolate covered strawberries in. Okay, so in order to do my drizzle, we're going to need to transfer this chocolate into this Ziploc baggie, and this is a really cool tip on how you can transfer that very easily if you have no one to help you do it. So you're going to be just taking any cup and just covering the Ziploc baggie like this, and then filling your chocolate in. That is probably the easiest way I know on how you can fill a Ziploc baggie with your chocolate. So what you want to do is take your little baggie out. You'll have enough chocolate to drizzle over all these beautiful strawberries, and you don't really want to actually zip this up because sometimes the pressure makes it pop open and it can make all your chocolate spill out. So just lightly squeeze it shut, and you're going to want to cut a little opening. Now this is a very important part because you want to cut a very tiny little snippet off of it. So I think a tiny little snippet is perfect because it will make your drizzle nice and professional looking. Now keep in mind that the first few strawberries are always the worst because you're getting the hang of using this to drizzle with, but by the end they should look very pretty. So let's just drizzle this baby pink chocolate all over. Oh, this looks so cute already. I'm just going in a typical back and forth motion just to get a light little drizzle going. And you can go over any that don't look quite perfect with just a little bit more of a drizzle. And I think you're good to go. It's so easy. It's just a quick back and forth motion that you'll easily get the hang of. Anyone can do this, and it's perfect because most people have Ziploc baggies at home, so you don't have to go looking for any piping bags or anything like that. So that's just how you take your basic chocolate covered strawberry and elevate them a little and make them look that much more professional and pretty. Now, right now in the pan, they might look like a bit of a mess because you have chocolate everywhere, which is why the parchment paper comes in handy because it is easy cleanup. So what we're going to be doing is popping these in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour to let them set. And once they come out, you'll lift them up from the pan and they should lift easily. Once they're set, they should just seamlessly lift off your parchment paper. And then you can plate them or you can pop them into these little baking cups that I bought that are perfect for Valentine's Day. And you could even gift them to someone in a box. Now these are best enjoyed from the fridge. I would maybe even take them out 20 to 30 minutes before serving them so that they get lightly less cool, but you want to keep them in the fridge when they're not being eaten so that they stay their most fresh. And I would say you need to gift them within a day or two of making them. Any longer than that and they won't be as great. Actually, the next day is probably what I would recommend. That way the strawberries stay nice and fresh and they don't get that soggy texture to them. So they're absolutely perfect. Usually what I would do is even eat a couple now that I'm gonna wait and let myself plate them before. So let's put them in the fridge and I'll see you in about an hour. So I'm back, about 30 to 45 minutes have passed and these chocolate covered strawberries are already set, so they look perfect. As you can see, they will just pop right off the baking sheet, without any movement required. They're so easy to pop off. If they don't pop off that easily, they're not quite set yet. If you have any excess chocolate like this, just simply break it off and you're good to go. Then you have a perfect little strawberry. So let's get these plated. And if you also would like, I can show you how they would look in these little doilies. They'll look so cute if you want to give them as a gift to someone. You can pop the doilies in this little gift box and you can pop your little strawberries in, and I think that is the cutest gift ever. But because it is not quite Valentine's Day here yet, I'm just gonna plate them and show you how pretty they are. Okay, so take any serving plate that you'd like and pop them off and just plate them. I'd like to probably alternate the colors. So white, milk, and pink. And it's okay if they're not 100% perfect. It's a thought that counts, right? But we just want to plate them up. Okay, so these are perfectly plated. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you do give this recipe a try. These are the easiest things to make and I think that they'll come out beautifully. No matter how perfect or unperfect your drizzle looks, it really is the thought that counts at the end. These would cost you a fraction of the price rather than buying them in store. You can make them at home and it is just that much more special.
This is when you absolutely have to make, and you want to impress somebody. Make this cake and tell them it's all homemade, because it is. We're going to be using a whole container of Hershey's syrup in this cake. So we're going to start out with 1 1/2 cups of sugar. So there'll be 3 scoops of this. And 1 1/2 sticks of margarine. This recipe is a 70s recipe, so it's going to call for margarine, okay? I'm actually, instead of making the recipe, the original recipe, I'm actually making it a recipe and a half for the cake because it didn't call for enough flour, in my opinion, to fill up the cake pan good. So this is the butter and the sugar. We're going to cream it first. We're going to put in 6 eggs. Okay, so we're going to start with 6 eggs. There's 1. We're going to use a whole container of Hershey's syrup, 24 ounces, y'all. So, I think I'm going to put in half of it and then put in some flour and then put in the rest of the syrup. Okay? So, for the flour, it's self-rising flour and it's going to be 1.5 cups. Let me turn this thing. Well, that's as low as it'll go. I gotta be careful and not splatter this everywhere. It's got this paddle in it that likes to throw the flour out. That has the silicone on it. That's just what it does. There's a cup and a half of flour, y'all. Now let's put in the rest of this syrup. Is that chocolatey enough for you? A whole container. And I also add sugar. It's going to be really good and sweet and delicious, I hope. Alright, and now we're going to put in a little bit of vanilla. A couple of teaspoons of vanilla. This is a tablespoon, a half a tablespoon. So this is what I'm putting in. But if you make it at home and you don't have one of these, because this is flavoring, just use a teaspoon of extract or 2 teaspoons of flavoring, okay? So there we got it. Simple dimple, right? That was so easy. And we really don't even have a big mess. So we're going to turn it off. It has mixed enough. We'll pour this in there. Then we're going to start making some icing for it. Okay? So there's our delicious cake mix. It's kind of pretty runny, but it's got a whole thing of that syrup in there. So let's get it in here. We're going to bake it and see what happens. Okay? So I've got my oven preheated at 350, so we're going to place it in the oven. In the center rack in the middle. Some evaporated milks actually have a pull top now with a pour spout. It's really nice. But these that I bought don't. Let me turn this down to medium. I'm going to turn this down to medium, and then we're going to add in our milk. I guess I better put this on low. Alright, so we're going to do 2/3 cup of milk. I didn't punch the other side so it can breathe. This is our stick of margarine. We're going to add our cream and let that be heating up. Then we're going to get out our chocolate chips. And that would be a half a bag of chocolate chips. But since we're not using, I want to mix them half and half, y'all. So I'm just going to put in some chocolate chips. It's going to be that simple for me. Y'all can measure it if you want to. That's the milk chocolate ones. And these are the mini semi-sweet ones, okay? Put on a little extra of those. Alright, now we got to add our sugar. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So our sugar is going to be 1.5 cups. Again. There's a half. That's 1 cup. I'm going to empty my container, y'all, it looks like. And a little to grow on, right? Okay. So we're going to let that mix up to melt together. It's really like making fudge. So we're going to bring this, and you don't want to do it really fast. So we're going to bring this up to a boil. Once it starts to boil, then we can increase the temperature a little, put a lid on it. If you put a lid on it, it'll keep it, hopefully, from so much sugar to be on the side of the pan to turning it back to sugar. Because you know, when you make fudge, you can't get any sugar granules back into the fudge after it cooks, or it just turns to sugar, and when you bite into it, it tastes like sugar granules. I've got it. Oh, here's my lid. I'll use this lid since y'all are watching, and it won't be so boring. But now it's starting to bubble. It's going to start bubbling around the edges first. And you can hear it. I guess y'all can hear, I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but it's starting to bubble. So we're going to put a lid on it for a minute. But once it starts boiling like this, you want to go around the sides of the bowl. All right, let me get a wet, some water, and we're going to see if we can't get some of the fudge off the sides. It's already getting pretty doggone hot, too. Let me get me something to check it with. Let's check it. I'm going to check it before I fix the sides because I think it's already getting close. Now I'm going to show y'all how to do this. Let me zoom y'all in a little bit so y'all can see how I check it. You take some water like this in a container, and then you just drop it in there. And if it falls to the bottom and it actually forms, look y'all, it's actually formed into like little droplet circles. It's ready. It's really ready. It's at a softball stage. We'll do it again. If you can actually see it go down in that bottle and keep its circular shape, then it's at a softball stage. Now, if it hits the bottom and it completely separates, then you know it's not ready. And we'll punch some holes down in the cake. This is a chopstick that my daughter made. She can eat well with chopsticks. And so we keep the wooden ones here for her. But I like to use them also to punch holes down in the cake if I'm going to put in something gooey and ooey and good. Okay, so I'm going to take this chopstick and we're going to punch some holes in here. It took this cake a while to get done. I would say a good 40-45 minutes. I actually turned my oven down to 325 because when you're cooking chocolate cake, you don't want it to get too dark around the edges, okay? So if it's going to take a little longer to cook it, and we had a lot of batter in here, and it made a beautiful layer. So I know I'm going to love this cake recipe. So I may even make this cake recipe to like do my chocolate cakes for birthdays and stuff, because I think it's going to be amazing. Okay, so we're going to pour our icing on here. It looks just like chocolate fudge, hot fudge, and we made it homemade. Looks good, don't it? It looks, I mean, y'all, it is amazingly beautiful and shiny and just perfectly creamy. But don't it look good? Can you come off of there? I didn't cut it good on the bottom. Okay, so let's taste this cake. I need to bring it over there and let y'all see the layer close up.
Yo, what up, man? I'm gonna show y'all how I make my famous smoothie, man. You gotta alkaline your diet, man. It's very good for your health. Health is wealth, man. I hope y'all know that, man. Cancer runs in my family. I lost my mom's and I lost my sister to stomach cancer. I did the cancer gene test, found out I have the cancer gene for the same gastric cancer that's been killing my family. My brother has the same gene. He had his stomach removed. My niece, she had her stomach removed. My next to the oldest sister had her stomach removed. So it's like everybody that's in my family coming from my mom's side is being diagnosed with this gene, except for my sister. My youngest sister, the gene skipped her. So, you know, I've been kind of trying to monitor my health and get everything right with my health. So I'm gonna show y'all this little alkaline smoothie that I make. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all enjoy it. It tastes real good to me. But I'll show you what the ingredients is. I'm gonna start off with the orange juice. As y'all can see it, man, I don't really do too much like measuring and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that. That's gonna be enough. Right here is cucumber. For the people that don't know, cucumber is very alkaline. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the top 10 alkaline vegetables as well. For y'all that don't know the alkaline vegetables, just Google it, man. It's gonna give it to you. So I just cut up a cucumber like that. I usually had this stuff already cut up, but like somebody wanted to know exactly how I do it. Some people need all the instructions. But for y'all that may think this is not good, I'm gonna tell you now, it tastes very good. It tastes very good. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't just tell you that. Most people are under the impression that things that are healthy don't taste good. Not true at all. If you notice, man, a lot of y'all that eat meat, give me a second. I'm not trying to make everybody become vegan like I did because I know it's hard for a lot of people, but I do like to break this down, man. Picture eating baked chicken, putting baked chicken on the grill and don't put no seasoning in it at all. No, don't sprinkle no seasoning and taste it. And see how nasty that chicken is. So, what's in seasonings? It's vegetables. All you're doing is sprinkling vegetables on top of the meat. That's how you're able to eat it and enjoy it, right? You see all that spinach I put in there? A lot of spinach. All right. I'm gonna also put some broccoli in here. You don't need a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna break down in the grinder, of course, whenever I blend it. But I try to help it out a little bit. You don't need a lot of it. And again, this is breakfast. Like I don't get up early in the morning and eat an early breakfast. A lot of y'all don't know about the human body. They feed us breakfast every day. They trained you and programmed you to get up and eat breakfast. And usually breakfast consists of what? Eggs. That's chicken fetus. Bacon and ham and things like that. Pork butt, pig butt, stuff like that. Milk, cow pus. You know what I'm saying? It's not good for you, man. You're not supposed to eat those things. I'll just break it down. The difference between eating like this every day, some of you, it might not affect your body health-wise that you can see. But I will say this, you'll live a lot longer if you choose to use this diet every day. You will not get some of these, none of these diseases that's out here, man. A lot of these diseases, they come from, I put a little cran grape, 100% vitamin C. You know, if you can, find gluten-free stuff too, man. Like gluten-free. Gluten is bad for you. Look it up. Watermelon is definitely a good alkaline fruit. I'm gonna put some watermelon in here too. I'm just cutting it down. I don't really have to. It's pretty easy to blend, but you know how it go. I'm on camera, so I want to make it look good for y'all. All right, what else I'm putting in here? Okay. You guys don't need this. If you have not had any type of cancer gene in your family, or no family members dying from stomach cancer and things like that, you won't need this. This is called stomach repair. It's called stomach repair, and it's made from a company called Barlean's. This is the platinum. It says vanilla chai flavor. I use this as well. Again, I have been diagnosed with the gene, so that's why I'm using this, to be more on the safe side. natural stuff though can and will cure cancer. Like everybody want to give you therapy and all that. A lot of times that be the stuff that kill people. So, you know, for me, man, I just feel like any research that I do that I can help y'all with. A lot of y'all probably been diagnosed with gastritis. Gastritis, I was diagnosed with that as well. My sister was diagnosed with that before she passed. Like, she had gastritis for like 3 years before the cancer actually got into the stomach and spread, and you know what I'm saying? That's what took her life. So, you know, with her letting me know about this, and I kind of did some research on some of the things that they told her when she went to the doctor, and I'm able to get a head start on this, man, because my mother died at 33. My sister was maybe 42, 43, and I'm in my 30s. I've passed 33, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I got to stay on top of this. I can't play no games with this. All right, give me a second, let me see. It is something else that I use. I use Greens Probiotics. Greens Probiotics is a vegan superfoods and probiotics, no GMO, vegan, gluten-free, soy-free. I also put some of this in there. It's like more of a, you know, get your digestive stuff right. Yeah, throw that on top of there. It's a special thing. I don't know how much y'all heard about ginger. Ginger is very good for the body. Notice I didn't put no sugar in there. You know, the sweetness from the watermelon, the orange juice, and the grape is all the sugar you're gonna need. Natural sugar. You dig? I'm gonna throw some alkaline. This is Real 2 alkaline water. We'll put some alkaline water in there. You know what I'm saying? Bingo. That's pretty much all I'm gonna need for that. I didn't even put the ginger in. I told y'all about the ginger and I almost forgot to put the ginger in, man. You know how some people can't they say you can't ride a bike and chew gum. I'm one of those people trying to do a video and I'll fuck around and forget to put some stuff in there. This is ginger. You can get that. I bought this from Walmart. Everything that you see me using right here, I bought from Walmart, except for the stomach repair. I got that from a vitamin store. You can go in and tell them if you do have anything dealing with gastric cancer or gastritis and things like that, all it is your stomach lining is messed up. So you have to fix your stomach lining, but you have to eat this way every day. When you eat chicken and beef and, you know, any red meats and stuff like that, that stuff is going to hurt your stomach line. Almond is almond is very good alkaline too. I don't use the almond because I have an allergic reaction to almonds, but for y'all that don't, almond is very high in alkaline, so you can use that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get the blender and bring it over here because I want you guys to be able to see it. Be patient with me. Bear with me, man. Thanks for watching too. I'm on a mission, my friends. Like, I really want to help as many people possible. You know what I'm saying? There's other people that know about this situation. There's people getting their stomachs taken out. That's the next step. I did do a colonoscopy about 5 months ago. And the endoscopy, everything looked good. I had no ulcers or polyps or nothing. So that's a good thing. Well, my brother younger than me, he had polyps and stuff. So, ulcers. And, you know, that's the reason he got his stomach taken out. I'm going to go back and do it again. Hopefully, I don't have anything to worry about. I really don't want to remove my stomach. Life after a stomach is difficult. Just talking to my brother, the pain and not being able to eat, the vomiting and all that because he had his stomach removed. For people out there that's had your stomach removed, please comment, man. Let me know more about y'all, how long it took y'all to recover. It seems to be taking my brother quite some time to recover, so... Okay. All right. I'm about to let this blend start. And I'm going to drink some so y'all can see that this is real. And I want to add this too, man. When I tell you that if you suffer from not having a lot of energy, Lord have mercy, this here will make you feel so rejuvenated. And again, this is breakfast for me, man. Like spinach, broccoli, cucumber, watermelon, orange juice, grape juice, vegan probiotics. This is all what I used in here in stomach repair. You don't have to use the stomach repair or the vegan probiotics. If your digestive is good and you just want to start off with just everything else that I put in minus any of the enhancements, that's not necessary for you. But if you do have a stomach, if you have gastritis or gastric type things going on with your body, then adding those enhancements, I would say definitely do that. Really good, smooth. For a lot of people, it's hard for people to go cold turkey and just get off of drinking stuff like spinach smoothies and ginger and all that and stop eating meat. It's hard for a lot of people to do that. But after losing my sister and losing my mother when I was 5 years old, it made life difficult for me, man. I've always had to do everything on my own. And my oldest sister was like a mother to me because, like, she was very dear to my heart. When I lost her, man, it was just like losing my mother again. I mean, a lot of y'all might have seen the post, like, I'm not the type of dude that cry a lot or nothing like that. I'm an emotional guy, I don't cry. And I probably didn't shed a tear, like, since I was a kid, like, you know, when you get whoopings and stuff like that. But as a grown man, when I lost my sister, I shedded tears. Like, I'm even getting kind of emotional now just thinking about it because my mother left when I was 5 from cancer. So my life was difficult. I'm talking difficult. And I've overcame everything, man. Like, I might seem like the happiest, most accomplished guy every time you see me. I think I know how to hide that shit well. When you lose your mother at 5 years old, for the people that's done that, you build a shell around yourself so people don't know if you're hurting or nothing because you become very strong. Like losing my mom, sometimes I wonder if she was here, would my life be different? But I would love to have my mother back, but I do feel like losing her made me very strong. You know what I'm saying? I've overcame a lot of things. I had my own apartment when I was in high school. Went to school every day without somebody telling me to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Played basketball, had a love for basketball that kind of helped me go to school and continue to make good grades because I knew if I didn't, I couldn't play basketball. I am an artist. I'm a rapper, an actor. I do a lot of things, and you know what I'm saying? I help a lot of people. Anybody that know the truth, y'all already know what I do. Anybody that's seen my social media platforms, y'all see how many people I helped and put on. So, you know, all I ask is people have my back. People that need this information, people who struggle with cancer in their family. If you know someone that died from cancer, please comment, share this story. Do your research on stomach cancer. I'm familiar with the research on stomach cancer because I look into that heavily, I look into it a lot. Drink coconut water. Coconut water is a very good thing to drink. Drink that, at least one bottle of that a day if you can. They sell them at all the stores, like you can go on Racetrack, Quick Trip, Walmart, whatever, they have coconut water. It's tasty. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's an acquired taste, but I actually like the way coconut water tastes. Go to some of your Whole Foods stores and stuff like that. Get you some alkaline water. Drink water. Stay away from sodas. Stay away from sugars, period. Like, if you can avoid bread and all that stuff and gluten and stuff like that, do that, man. We was put here to eat vegetables. Our bodies was not designed. We're not carnivores. We're not supposed to be eating flesh. And a lot of y'all not going to believe it. But listen, if you seen my pictures from 4 months ago, I look like a totally different person. I lost a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? And I get people hitting me up all the time. I could have sold y'all. I could have sold this. You know what I'm saying? I could have been one of them dudes that jump out there and be like, yo, you know, I looked up the information, and sometimes you look up stuff and you might feel like it's not the right thing. But I know for myself, when I looked up the alkaline, I heard Dr. Sebi speak, and he talked about the alkaline fruits and vegetables. So I looked it up. And I blended this myself without ever seeing anybody else do this. And, you know, I just do my own research. You know what I'm saying? If I do die, hopefully I don't. Hopefully cancer does not take over me and I die. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully not. But I'm going to give y'all as much information that I can. And that's what we put here for, man. Everybody should be helping somebody.